Dr. Neha Kakar and Sahani sir. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. This is the 1408th day of continuous webinar conducted by International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy. We welcome all to this session, and today our guest is Dr. RIJI RASHEED. Let us begin the session with 1 minute silent prayer. Thank you all. As you all know, the International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy comprises of homeopathic lovers, students, and doctors. And we have participants from more than 65 countries join the session. And we have 3 sessions every day. Our Hindi session begins from 7 to 8 and 8 to 9, the international session in English, and 9 to 10, we have our local language session in Malayalam. Today, our guest is Dr. RIJI RASHEED. She has completed her BHMS from Trivandrum Homeopathic Medical College and is working as the chief physician at Dr. RIJI's Healthcare, Katakada, Trivandrum in Kerala. And she was the former state project coordinator, KSYC. She has more than 13 years of experience, and she is presenting a different subject tonight, and it will have 2 parts: multi-potential diversity in homeopathy. As you all know, this is a very interesting subject, and as we were planning to have 2 sessions, and unfortunately, doctor had an emergency to participate, to be there in the ceremony. So she is coming back home on the way. So she will be presenting the session on the way itself. So sometimes there may be little disturbances, but don't worry about it. We will continue the session. Yes, we proudly welcome Dr. RIJI RASHEED. She is an young, dynamic doctor from Kerala. She is having excellent practice, and she is doing very good services to humanity by serving homeopathy to them. Thank you all. We welcome once again Dr. RIJI RASHEED for the session.
Good evening all. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity. Actually, I'm very much proud that this is our 1404th episode, right, sir?
1408.
Yes, 1408th episode. So actually, this is our proudest moment because uninterruptedly during the COVID times and all these days, they are conducting because what. It is very useful not only to the common, to each and every physicians, because on this field, especially because practicing medicine is it must be up to date, because a very good, in my childhood days, my uncle used to tell a good doctor is equal to, or the definition of a good doctor is he or she have to update till the last breath, then only you can handle your cases. So homeopathically we are knowing that a physician should be an unprejudiced observer. A physician should be an unprejudiced observer, right? So if the same diagnosis we are treating of for the 90 cases are there, or 99 cases are there, the 100th case, it must be unique, and the case taking is also be different. And if we are for example, for the last 90 case, we are considering Lycopodium naxomica or Calcareous, but the aspects of why we are choosing these medicines, the same medicine, but we are choosing the aspects must be different. First of all, I'm sorry to everybody that my aunt expired today. She's having MA, so I couldn't present up to the full extent, and my my presentations and all things are not today, so we'll discuss on the another day. So you have to accept me, and I'm so thankful that sir has been understanded my situation. So we'll start discussion. Okay, so multi-potential. multipotential, as we know that they are multitaskers, or they are the renaissance people, because in nowadays, being a homeopath itself is a multipotential, as a very much talented one, because we know that the allopathy practices, how they are practicing after completing MPBS, what they will do is, if anybody is handling eye, they are ophthalmologist, gynec, that is because female cases, they are gynecologists, and various nephrology, cardiology, like that, various departments are there. But as far as for a homeopath, we are dealing with every cases, like even though we are considering our symptoms, but we are doing every diagnosis, because to access our diagnosis, we are doing every test, or CT, MR, and all these things. So without the knowledge of disease, without the knowledge of medicine, without we can't be an accurate physician. So in that sense, all homeopathic physicians are multi-potential. So we have the courage to take all the cases, and we have the courage to handle all this. So practicing homeopathy is little bit difficult. Okay, the one who can analyze the person as a person as a whole can only practice homeopathy. So the multi-potentials, they are not specialists, because they need to update every day, because they find out their own way. They are self learners, because they have the interest, okay, in each and every topic. They have an interest to study. They are not compelled by anyone else. That is the first and foremost property of the multi-potentialite. So as we know, multitaskers, they are elegant in so many fields. Obviously they can. Thank you, sir. Dr. Ram Pravesh, sir. Thank you so much. Because they can't concentrate on a single thing. Okay, they will jump into so many things, and they will definitely find out a way to substantiate their own things. So if we are considering homeopathy, most of our polycrests, not only one or two, most of the other polycrests serves the same thing. So when it comes to Naxvomica, sulfur, or pulsatilla, like the same way, lycopodium, so everyone are solving the same. So before we are going to one by one, so I need to make an interactive section. So kindly, each and everybody have to share their own experiences, as because how they are handling their cases, that is different. So how we are updating, that is the thing I want to know. Okay, that is we have to identify that am I multi-potentiality? Oh, that's a nice question, right? If I have to realize that whether I am a multi-potentialite or whether I am a multitasker, then only I can identify the other persons in front of me, whether it is a patient, whether our siblings or a life mate or whatever it is. So we have to identify them also. So kindly, I know most of the seniors are there in the who are listening. So kindly just explain me about how they are feeling, that whether they are multi-potentialite or other, or how if the patients also, how they are differentiating whether they are multi-potentialite or.
Yes, doctor, since everybody is muted, we can go for discussion on the last part. Otherwise, there will be disturbance and we will not be able to go ahead with our presentation. So you can we can have the interactive session on the last part. So directly you may go for the presentation. Otherwise, it will be difficult for us to manage the session.
Okay, sir. Sure. Okay. So we have to know the superpowers of, what are the superpowers of a multi-potentialite. Okay, idea synthesis, that is the most important aspect of a multi-potentialite there, because we never expect such a synthesis of idea from them. For example, I have a patient, okay, I mean, because he usually not interested in anything. But one day he came to me, and I asked him that if you are having used books, so kindly donate me, because so many children are studying, because they are in need of books and they are lacking money. Okay, at that time what he told us, doctor, do one thing, you have to get me some stands. Okay, I'll place in most in malls, and even to the small scale industries or somewhere else or in front of the school. I am able to place those stands there, and we will get books, and definitely I will update you the books. So actually, I was astonished, because from that person, I never expected such a thing. Okay, so ideas in this is in the whatever resources they are having, whatever may be their situations, whether they are positive or negative, but their ideas in is one of the best and vital ideas in will be there. But there will be one problem, that is they will be jump from one to another. Okay, because they can't complete their ideas, because they are imagining the best ones. So if even though they are preparing, or even though they are studying in all extents, but they might not be happy. Okay, they can't satisfy their own ambition, that is of their ideas. And the next thing is advanced cognitive abilities, because we all have so many abilities. For example, in case of interpersonal skills also, as we know that in our clinic also, we are dealing with so many persons in between doctors or in our home also. So nowadays interpersonal skills is very much important, and they have not only all the positive cognitive abilities will be there in multipotentialities, but in this case multipotentialities will be, they are advanced. So that is their next superpower. The next one is cognitive flexibility, because they will change according to their need. Okay, and that according because Darwin's theory says that survival of the fittest. So absolutely, this type of multipolites are the survival of the fittest. And whatever may be the thing, they are able to see it in a big picture. Okay, because while they are narrating their ideas, or while they are going to implement their ideas, what will happen is, if anybody is explaining, if a potentialite is in front of me and he is explaining his ideas, so definitely I'll feel that if I am not aware of these things, definitely I'll feel that, hey, what he is telling, how this is going to happen, how he is going to implement, this is utter foolishness or madness, like that will feel like that. But trust their talents, they are able to, because they are actually planning step by step. Okay, then creativity, the immense creativity, they are what to tell, they are too much happy to be immense creative, and they are self-directed learning. I already mentioned that they are having self-directed learning. Then rapid skill acquisition is there, and adaptability is the key for them. Then to whom are these multipotentialites, in which field or which areas are these persons are most suitable? They are suitable in, actually they are most suitable in marketing, human resource, event planning, then public relations, business development. And I had said earlier that to homeopathy practice also, actually we need multipotentialites are needed. And in our colleges, knowingly or unknowingly, they are training us to be multipotentialites. In the midst of all these things, there must be challenges, because Newton's third law is teaching us that that is, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction, right? In every person's there will be positives and negatives. Like the same way, these multipotentialites also have challenges, because they are rush of ideas will be there, and in sometimes they are not able to satisfy their own things. So indecisiveness, in some persons indecisiveness will be there, and in certain times lack of focus will be there, and they are too much stressed because of this immense intense of ideas. And in certain instances they will be having lack of confidence, and this lack of confidence, that is, we can't imagine such a situation, because already the person is talented, already that person is a super person, but even though he thinks that is good for nothing. So honestly, if we are thinking also in our day-to-day life, also we are in some instant of life, we are also got anxiety, we are all panic, and we are all depressed in some times that, oh god, oh my god, what I have earned during these days, or what was my achievement during my till this day, what is my achievement, like that in some ways they'll feel, even though they are the veterans. Okay, so we'll know about some historical multi-potential personalities. I am very much sure that you might be knowing some of them, because Leonardo da Vinci is one of the notable multi-potentialite, like the same way Benjamin Franklin, Madam Curie, and so many persons are there. Actually, someone having many interests and many jobs, because they fit to many jobs, and they can interlock. That is the thing. So we'll go to our homeopathic medicines. So Naxvomica, okay, because everybody is knowing about Naxvomica. It is the one of our greatest polycrest. So we'll consider Naxvomica as a conqueror here. Okay, so three main traits of Naxvomica personality. Uh, Most of them were seniors, and most of the doctors are having so much practice and experiences than me. So if there is any further clarification, kindly make me also clear in the end of the session. As far as concerned, Naxvomica the Conqueror has three main traits. That is in the personality. That is, personality is love of power, because in Naxvomica, most of the Naxvomica have a desire for power. Knowingly or unknowingly, they want to rule. Okay, not only an emperor can rule. Okay, even a housewife can dream of ruling her home. Like the same way in every aspects of life, in all every walks of life, Max Vomica is having the love of power, and not only they have the desire or love of power, actually they have the ability to acquire that power. Not only the wish, they will find out some way. They will try to, what to tell. They'll fight and they will get that power to them. And once if they are getting that power, confidently they will exercise their power, because they are much talented. If they are if for Naxvomica, they like power or they are fond of power, and if they are getting that, they strive hard to get that power. So if they are getting that power, definitely they will shine it over there. That is the speciality of Naxvomica. Already we know that Naxvomica is the king of our polyclast remedies. Then how I already mentioned that how can we identify a person as a multi-potentialite. Okay, so by their appearance also we can identify whether they are multi-potentialite. So in the case of Naxvomica, that is mostly we are Naxvomica persons have a penetrating nature, and they will have a pointed appearance will be there. Then the face will be generally longer face will be there, and their tip of the nose will be point ended. Then their facial, because their face usually like angular shape will be there. So with these features we can identify the persons as a whole, and definitely they will reflecting a sharp intellect will be there. And their because their eyes have a speciality, it is always penetrating. And they're having their height will be normally they are taller than the average ones. Okay, so I have taken a photograph for you, but unfortunately today I am unable to present. That is Client Eastwood as the best example for Naxvomica. Then Constitution is there, because we already know that. The next part is, because it is generally non-topic only, but I am just mentioning that the constitution of Naxvomica, we are because we know that they are excellent remedy for ailment in literacy. Whatever the ailments happens through literacy, Naxvomica is the best one, and they are the studious persons. And the one thing is they are mostly in indoors only. That is the thing, and who because they are stuff so many things, they're interested in so many things. And because for in the case of ailments also, they need to take so many medicines, because of their sluggishness will be there. That is the Naxvomica. So if it is Naxvomica, you have to remember one thing. Even though we are not taking their physical symptoms, or even we are not diagnosing the disease also by their appearance, of if we know that they are multipotentialite, if we are very much sure that they are multipotentialite, definitely we can give Naxvomica 10 one dose, okay, or 1 dose, depends on the susceptibility and after the tonic case taking. So definitely it will give result. Not only it will give result, because it will change their life to their thinkings, to their emotions too. And they usually these type of patients will not cling to us. Normally they will not cling to us. But if it is a case of Naxvomica and we are sure that they are multipotentialite in this aspect, definitely their patients will be with us always. And like the same way, they will consider us a part also, because these persons usually they will not hear anybody. But if they are satisfied with us, because each and every decision making, they will make us feel proud only. So that is the beautiful what it is, one of the best productivity or outcome after we are prescribing Naxvomica. Next is it is about one of two characters regarding Naxvomica. Actually, I got it from some articles. PG scholars written in some articles only. I got this one. That is success. I already showed that. Told you about the love of power. Okay, like the same part. They are, because of their brain, intellect, and thought, success is not enough for them, because everybody wants success. But in case of Naxvomica, success is not enough for them. Winning is their aim. They always want to be the winners. Okay, because that winning only gives his life satisfaction. Then only he will express the sweetness of his life or sweetness of his pleasure. Then after a victory, usually after a victory, what will happen? We will rest, okay, because we usually day by day we are thinking of that victory. We are dreaming of that the past victory. We are dreaming of that past victory, and we will tell everybody that, hey, I had completed this one, okay, I got gold medal this one, so I got job or I got something like that. But they are boast of the past winnings only. But in case of Naxvomica, we have to remember one thing: after victory, Naxvomica does not rest on his laurels. So that is very, very important. We have to identify in Naxvomica. So whatever may be the victory, after victory, Naxvomica does not rest on his laurels. He is quick to consolidate his power and to seek new battles to fight and a new territory to conquer. That is the very much speciality of Naxvomica. Because while reading this, we will remember Alexander the Great, right? Like free what it is, super practitioners, or like free emperors. So we have to remember, whenever Naxvomica in front of me it is coming, I always remember all these persons. Okay, we are mostly homey doctors. Not only homey doctors, doctors are they are interested in reading only. So we might have read Shakespeare's plays and all the things. There is a perfect portrait of Naxvomica warrior in Shakespeare. That is in his Henry part 4, part 1 or part 4. There will be there. That is how a character betrays the king. Till this end, actually the king was unaware of he was being cheated. So like the same way, Naxvomica will be very much cunning. Okay, Naxvomica is always in control of his destiny. So whatever will happen to his life, whether it is positive or negative, always he strive for the positivity only. But anything happens to his, he is in happy that he is in control of his destiny. That is the one of the main pillars of Naxvomica, and he will not fall. We never expect that they will follow our orders, even though we are physicians. Also, they will not. They will follow their own orders only. Then Naxvomica, when Naxvomica start to follow us, I already mentioned you that we have to convince Naxvomica that we have much experience and we have much knowledge than Exovica. Then only they will start obeying us. Then only they will start hearing us. Then only they will start respecting us. Otherwise, they will be iconoclastic always. Then in this modern era, because most of our children are in online comics and all the things, right? So like Batman. Excuse me, sorry for the interruption. Actually, like Batman and Superman, whenever next Omega is coming to our clinic, just think of the what to tell next night. They are like Batman and Superman because they are always practical people who never intervene in individual cases. Okay, they are not reformers and they don't want to change any political situation also. So like they are what to tell in between the course only they never want to reverse the flow. So we'll move on to the next medicine, that is sulfur. uh, so uh, what to tell, because in our bacteria medical classes during my college days, Estani madam used to tell that wherever we are carrying our bacteria medical text, she used to always used to tell that this is your bread, okay, bread winning us from this each and every sentences. That was your bread winning, okay. Like the same way, sulfur is very much important to all of us because for patient is coming to us, even though because I don't know how everybody is considering this one. And sometimes I was in a mess up that actually what to give and is it the correct one, like that. Sometimes I feel so not only when I started my practice and all the time I'm always confused. Okay, so sulfur has saved all of us during our practice in the initial stages. So uh, I think sulfur is a rack philosopher, or sulfur looks like that, sulfur looks like this. In nowadays, we are not expecting such case of sulfurs. Okay, in modern times, a person who does not care much about his appearance, that is the sulfur. We can only consider like that because we can't expect the very sketch or picture of the next Naxomica written in so many books or psychologically. It's not like that. If he is not caring of his external appearance, that is fine. Okay. Okay. Sulfur as a person in nature, that is, he's the finest specimen on earth. It's beautiful, right? We are when we are try to understand the sulfur. If we are getting patients, we are sure that it is sulfur. Oh, this one is sulfur. If we are getting sure that give some apart from this therapeutics or medicines or something like that, give some time. So then we'll be excuse me, sir. Kindly give me 5 minutes. Okay, you have to take over the floor for 5 minutes, and I'll be there after 5 minutes.
Okay. And anyway, it's a very good session going on. Dr. Ram Paresh, sir. Hello. Ram Paresh, sir. Yes, sir. You can speak about Naxomica and this Dr. Riji will be joining shortly.
Thank you, Dr. Amazji, and for the information. Dr. Riji, Madam, very nice presentation. Excellent session. Naxmunka is a very good polytrace remedy. Naxmunka is a sanguine temperament and bad effect of alcohol, tobacco, indisposition. Naxmunka medicine, indisposition, maintenance cause of disease. Very good described. Dr. Riji Madam, Naxmunka, mental exertion, suddenly anger, you see. So very, very thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Ganesh ji. Hello. आवाज नहीं आ रही क्या? Thank you. Tom. Hello. आवाज नहीं. Hello. Dr. Ganesh ji. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sound आ रही है क्या? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Oh, disturbance network. So very, very thanks, Dr. RIJI RASHEED Madam. Very nice. Describe the Naxmunka medicine. Naxmunka medicine indisposition. Maintenance cause of disease. Bad effect of tobacco, alcohol, etc. Naxmunka, sanguine temperament, easily anger, externally easily anger. So very, very thanks, Dr. RIJI Madam. Thank you.
Yes, it's really a very good session indeed because every homeopath, as you know, is a multi-specialist by all means. But the individuality depend. We can see a lot of doctors who are practicing, but they are not able to mix with the patient in as the same way as some others. There are doctors who fail in.
Dr. Kalyan Group is the present
Yes, yes,
in
yes, yes,
webinar.
yes, I am.
Kalyan Group is
Yes,
the present webinar.
yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Please
am.
describe Naxmunka medicine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am. I shall call Dr. Kalyan Singh soon. Kalyan Swarup sir soon. Just before saying some of my comments. Please,
Personality in the IFPH member.
please wait, sir. Please wait, sir. Please wait. Yes. Anyway, now I invite Dr. Kalyan Swarup sir to comment on this session and comment on the subject also. Please unmute, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
I come too late, sir.
Okay.
Just now I joined to your IFPH.
Oh, I just searched you for.
Your discussion was from the Nux vomica, no?
Yes, sir. The subject.
But Nux vomica is the very abused medicine in the homeopathic science. Most of the physician used where there is no need of Nux vomica, and also use the Nux vomica in every case. Patients only see the digestion condition or a stomach condition, any disturb, give Nux vomica without any symptoms. Second thing, all the doctors written of materia medica totally says that when any patient comes from the allopathic hand or giving the too much medicine, allopathic medicine, abuse of medicine, then you can give Nux vomica for the antidote of the symptoms and produce the clear-cut symptoms for the next medicine of homeopathic science.
Sir,
But
sir,
only one writer, Dr. Nash says, Nash is the only materia medica which written a start from the Nux vomica medicine. No any other writer written from the Nux vomica. Dr. Nash say, when you are going to prescribe Nux vomica, to see the patient come from the allopathic hand and give the Nux vomica, this is the unscientific way. This is not scientific way. Nux vomica neither can cure the disease, neither antidote the disease. So you don't prescribe Nux vomica if anybody comes from the allopathic hands. Never give Nux vomica. You see the symptoms, which medicine required, you give the medicine. If require Nux vomica, you can give Nux vomica. But never give Nux vomica when the patient comes from the allopathic hands. And Nux vomica is a very marvelous medicine, sir.
yes, sir. Today, sir,
No any homeopathic clinic run without the Nux vomica.
yes, sir. Yes,
Nux
sir.
vomica is very necessary.
Sir, today's subject is a different one. Multipotentialite diversity in homeopathy. That's what the subject is all about. And
What type of diversity? What type of diversity? Actually, I have not heard your sir lecture.
yes, yes, that's but Dr. RIJI RASHEED has taken Nux vomica as an example, and she was explaining about Nux
Oh,
vomica.
no. No, Ram Pravesh is telling about the Nux vomica. So I am saying that Nux vomica lecture is running.
No problem, sir. You can add, because that itself, it's a beauty, because adding something to the session is definitely a good thing, and that talking about Nux vomica is also a very good thing, because you pointed out a thing about from Dr. Nash Materia Medica. That itself is the beauty of the session. So you had added something more to this Dr. RIJI RASHEED session. Am I right, Dr. RIJI? Yes, you are muted, Dr. RIJI. Please.
Yeah, absolutely, you are right, sir.
Yes,
And thank you, Praveshji and Kalyanji, for the because in our classes during Sahya, they'll tell that we have to add something little extra. Okay, then this is not something little extra. This is very valuable information only. So we'll start. We'll explain our sulfur. Okay, because we know that sulfur is a person in nature. I already did the finest specimen on earth. I already explained. Okay, they are very original. They are innovators, and they are always a leader. Okay, because they can never be a follower. We have discussed earlier that about Nux vomica.
Actually, sir, the subject was diversity. Oh, really?
Multipotential potentialite.
Yeah,
subject was diversity in homeopathic science.
Yes, sir.
That is, we have a diversity, because our diversity, because during basically we all homeopaths are definitely, we are the multipotentialites, no doubt. Each and every homeopaths are multipotentialite, but in our homeopathy also we have different sectors. Just consider, if a person is coming to us also, we are taking their symptoms, okay, whether it is acute, whether it is chronic. We are taking peculiar symptoms, uncommon rare symptoms, or general symptoms. We are categorizing all this. Chronic case taking, detailed chronic case taking is needed. After this detailed chronic case taking also, we are because we have a good knowledge in Medica, repertory, orthonaut, even compiling all these things, only we can go for a remedy, right? In the case of diagnosis, also provisional diagnosis are there, differential diagnosis is there. So selecting a single remedy. Usually we are selecting a single remedy also. because for the selection of potency also it is very much important. So we are definitely we are proud to be multi-potentialite. Like the same way, so we have discussed about Nux vomica, then now we are discussing about sulfur. So whenever we are seeing a leader, they want to be a leader and they don't want to be a follower. So just think of this one. And they are God-made philosophers because they are not what to tell. They are not made by as we all know that in politics and all this, leaders are made, okay, according to the circumstances, and sometimes leaders are made. Leaders coaching centers are there, how to become a political leader or how, because lot of kitchen politics and lot of dilemmas are there. Not like this. Sulfur is always a God-made philosopher, and it's like a prophet. Sulfur is always upon scientists, and like the same way, he is a full potentialite man. Okay, that is the speciality of sulfur. So if we are thinking, if we are talking about the sulfur is one of our greatest diversity. Okay, we can talk about sulfur for so many days and so many events. We can talk about sulfur. Next, we are going to calcarea carbon. Before calcarea carbon, we have to focus on phosphorus. After that, I'll go to calcarea carbon. Okay, we can't forget phosphorus in the case of multipotentialite. Okay, because as we all know that the phosphorus is always affectionate. Like the same way, their artistic talent is very much because they will express their artistic talent, whether it is in singing, dancing, or cooking, whatever because they'll try so many new things in their field. Okay, that is because they are not compelled by anybody else. It is their wish to express. If they're making a tea, they're making a cake, if they're making a drawing, whatever maybe it is, because they will make it in a different way. They does not want to make it in the same way, same consistency. They'll never do like that. One of my senior was there. Okay, sir, actually what we'll do is, in some days he'll give 0 bar potencies. Some days some days means for a week, for a month, or like that. He'll only use 0 bar potencies only. Some days it will be 1 10 like that. In some days 30s will be there, sometimes 200 will be there. So I used to ask him, okay, sir, because I don't have the permission to tell his name, that is why I'm talking like this. I used to ask him that, sir, why you are feeling all this? Because already you are having result in 30 potencies. Because I have seen so many cured cases. Okay, so I asked him, sir, for hemorrhoids, you are getting the super result with those medicines. Okay, then why you are changing the medicine? So at that time, my senior used to tell me that, please don't think like that. Okay, we have to experience all the potencies, or we have to experience each and every, we have to explore each and every potencies in each cases. So once we are getting result for 1 case, 2 case, 5 case, or 10 case, it doesn't mean that this is the one or this is the answer for the whole thing. Okay, like that we need to experiment. Okay, then sudden ideas, there will be impulsive thoughts are there, then sudden ideas, because we can't imagine such type of ideas like phosphorus. Okay, sudden ideas will be there. Like the same way, phosphorus is always impressionable, because that person will be attractive in a crowd. Okay, so if we are going in a crowd, or we are attending a meeting, or whatever it is, after the session, okay, or after the meeting, definitely that phosphorus will be our dearest one to each and everybody. The phosphorus will be the dear one. But there we have to notice one thing: keep on changing is their key. So this is a basic nature of multipotentiality. They are also keep on changing. They are change lovers. Okay, so maybe they might be in fancies, or wavering mind will be there. And the most important part of the phosphorus is master of nothing. Because in the modern era, everybody is used to make masters or specialists. Like, I'm a specialist of this, I'm a specialist of this, I'm a specialist of this, like that. But we can never expect such a speciality in multipotentialites. So the true example is in, it is written in our masters, have been written in different Materia Medicas, that master of nothing is phosphorus. Like the same way, convincing nature will be there because they are capable of convincing without arguments. So in the current days, just imagine our families also. It is very difficult. Okay, it's very difficult that we have to convince anybody without arguments. Is very much it is difficult. But phosphorus will beautifully convince. It will beautifully convince others. Okay, without any single sort of argument will be there. And there, it doesn't mean that phosphorus is innocent. You never think like that. Phosphorus is innocent. It is not. They are not at all. They are manipulative and they are tricky also. Through their manipulations and through their calculations and through their tricks only, they are capable of convincing others. Because I already mentioned that they are performers. Okay, so in every walks of their life, every aspects of their life, they always try to perform. Okay, they will be never tired of performing. Okay, in the case of intellectual part also, because intellectually also they want to be lightweighted. Okay, they want to carry, they doesn't want to carry burdens with them. Okay, then even though they are manipulative, even though they are artistic, as we all know that the artists, because they are God gifted talented ones, they will have some ego will be there. If you're considering most of the artists, we'll find out this one, they'll have ego. Little bit egos will be there. But in the case of phosphorus, it is lack of ego effect. So we have to, how can we identify these things? If patients are coming to us, they may be complaining migraine, they may be complaining hemorrhoids, they might be complaining alopecia or anorexia or IBS, whatever may be the complaint. If we are ready to hear them for a half an hour, because their personal life, if we are ready to hear them for half an hour, if it is sufferings also, if we are listening to them so carefully, how they cross the journey, okay, how they tackle that situations or how they overcome all these things. Okay, that instant you'll get the how these things are they are tackling, and these are the superficial studies. These superficial studies are very much important for identifying such persons. So if we are putting a little bit effort to find out a person, not a disease, find out a person as a whole, because what find out a person means whether it is mild, timid, or arrogant, not like that. If it is maxomica, whether it is sulfur, whether it is phosphorus, like that. Once we got the what it is, what the different phases is, then it will be very much easier for our practice. Okay, like the same way phosphorus is and focus.
Okay, Chika.
It is he can't concentrate in a single thing. So that is also the very best example for a multipotentialite, as we have already explained earlier that he can concentrate, always changing, then lack of consistency, easily getting bored from one thing. Okay, we are seeing so many persons that they have completed their LLB, they have completed their BSc, they have completed their MPA, they have completed like that, so many courses they have completed, but even though they are not satisfied with all these things. Okay, because of that dissatisfaction, in one side there will be dissatisfaction, on the other side there will be they want to explore more knowledge will be there. So for these two reasons, there will be because the lack of focus will be there. In the single area, there will be lack of phosphorus. But whenever a multipotentialite is coming to your clinic, just think of phosphorus. Okay, so we have never forget about phosphorus. Next, we have to move on to healthcare. Actually, what will happen is that because so many seniors are here, so they might be have different experiences on these type of patients also. As far as my concern and my little knowledge only, I'm taking little symptoms only. Okay, so in the case of healthcare, the first and foremost is they have the top intelligence quotient. Okay, so in the sector of multipotentialite, we have to remember the first thing is that they are the top graded intelligent quotient will be there, and it is one of the best homeopathic remedy. It typifies individuals who are much unpretentious, and they are because they are on the flow of their practical intelligence only. They will do all the things depends upon the practical intelligence only. Okay, they are particularly inflexible only. When someone intrudes or tries to change their perception, they will not change because they are because in case of Kalkeregar, we usually know that fat and flabby like that. Okay, but they are not what to tell. They are not disgust of their hobbies or something like that. They are proud to be their hobbies or they are happy with that hobbies. Okay, they never complain about their hobbies because it is not an adjustment, it is an adaptability. That is, we have to remember the thing, that is their adaptability. They are in case of Kalkerega, we are observing till now that they are devoted to their work, job, or profession, whatever the job they are doing. Whether if for example, if a beggar is Kalkerega, okay, that in that begging also he must be a supervisor. He must find out his own way to fulfill his needs, not like others. That is that they are devoted to their work, whatever the work, whether it is literate or illiterate, it doesn't matter for Kalkiriaka. Then they always love to live safely, okay, because their safety is very much important for them, and they are vulnerable to anxiety because if we are observing Kalkiriaka, whether it is a child or adult one, they will have, because while we are looking at them, there will be a huge massive image will be in front of us. Okay, but we must be very careful that even triple scars can cause because some greater things they will overcome that things. Okay, but even trifles can upset them. They are we'll think that hey, it's just a trifle only like that, but it will create a sense of insecurity to them. Okay, because knowingly or unknowingly we doesn't want to create any insecurity to our patient because that is not right. So that is in cases of Kalkiriaka. Next is time is over. Okay, so we have to discuss about Nyko and then Parsatla, Arsal, Lacus, Sepia, and so many are there. We'll discuss in the next class along with the examples of patient and case studies. Okay, what to tell? Just an example. Okay, in case of, because without mentioning about Lyco, it is not justice. Okay, so.
Yes,
Even though like
yes, doctor. Yes, doctor. We can have the second session next week itself, so that you can come out and we can make it in a better way also, because you are rushing from a death spot to this state, central state. That is something great. We appreciate your sincere effort to present the session. And as to the subject, as you all know, that the multi specialities of definitely multi personalities definitely come up in that session. Diversity in homeopathy. That itself is that's how we homeopaths has to look into, because every case is a different one and every person is a different person, and what is rare in a patient, that's what is all about this personality. As we know that we people have our own identity, and as we know that our prime minister is a person who is having this much of thing, and he is also want to conquer these things with his ideas, and he's doing great work in that way. Our opposition leaders are also trying in that way. So all these categories come under that varieties, because they will not never satisfied until what they want to do next. That is what they may they may be happy with their performance, but they want to make it more and more better. That's what they want to achieve something more. They always think that I have to achieve something more. That's what is the personality of that particular person. That's the reason why Next Omega is doing that. Even if even after success of a big game, he won't satisfy. He want to achieve something more. He want to achieve a World Cup like that. He will work for that, and he will ask everyone, get ready, you don't take any rest, you just come out and play again and again. so that we can win the next World Cup. Then after, even if that the person gets the World Cup, he won't satisfied. He then asks for the association, pay them all the money. You just pay them. I want this much of money as my share, and all you have to pay this much of money. That is he's the dictatorship in him that will come out, and as a boss, he may spoke like a boss. And that is what about that category. But we know it is entirely different when you consider Palsatla. She always wants this and that. She work hard, but she also she may be satisfied in some ways, but she is also working in the sense. But whenever there is failure, she may cry a little bit, and then she may come out again and try for that kind of personality. And you talk about the phosphorus also. Phosphorus is just like a person always want to talk to everyone, never take rest. She is always running from one person to other and always talking something and always pleasing. Oh, what about your mother? How is your father? Or what about your children? Whether they are going to school regularly or what kind of mark they are getting in the school. I like that. They always have a smiling face, even if just like you. After coming from even their home, even after reaching home, they will be as fresh as ever. They never show their sorrow outside. They will play just like what they were just before. These are the things I would like to add to this session. I invite Dr. Kalyan sir to say something more to that, and if at all anybody want to have a talk, question or anything to Dr. RIJI Rasheed, she is always there. And we will have a second session definitely coming in the second week or the next week itself. Okay, Kalyan sir.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
audible?
Yes.
Very good topic is selected by Dr. Riji. I am very glad to, but not I am a turn. Diversity actually in homeopathy, we all the homeopath, mostly the homeopath divert from the homeopathic science, not from the medicine, because we are not going to follow the principle of given by Hahnemann. We are going to forget the principle. So this is also the diversity in homeopathic science. It is a kind of diversity, not only selection of the medicine. Also, the principle is not adopted by the every homeopath. The cardinal principle given by the homeopath, Hahnemann, similar simplex minimum, we are not going to follow. We are following the patent medicine. And this the patent medicine going to the damage to our homeopathic science. So this is the diversity of the also homeopathic science. Good topic chosen by Dr. Rizzi. Thanks, many thanks to Dr. Rizzi. You come and go. Next I will try to hear your lecture.
Yes, Dr. RIJI, you can say something, anything?
No, thank you so much, sir. I'm taking it as a great opportunity, but I'm not at all satisfied with today. Thank you, Kalyan sir, for your kind words.
Yes, I think we are about to just only 1 minute. So before that, I invite Dr. Rambarisa to say vote of thanks to the session also. You can say something about the presentation, and then you can go for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. RIJI Rasheed. Very nice presentation. Excellent session. Dynamic lectures, diversity of homeopathy and medicine, Naxunka, etc. You are very thanks. Behalf of IFPH, very thanks. Again, presentation. Next week, very thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
And sorry, good evening, every good evening. Dr. Kalyan Swarup ji, very nice personality of dynamic person. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rambarisa sir. And I think the time has come here to close the session. Before that, let me say, tomorrow we will have a session from Dr. Joe Isaac. Sir has completed from MD, then PG, sir, and Emma from London, and is the former HOD and Professor, Department of Government Homeopathic Medical College, Trivandrum. And we'll be talking about relationship of remedies in practice. That is a big subject. That's a philosophical thing also. So I hope all of you will be with us. And once again, I'm very happy to thank all the participants here first, because your
Wow, wow.
participants are the real backbone of the Zoom sessions, and definitely our guest of the day, Dr. RIJI Rasheed, has done a beautiful job. Without taking even a glass of water, she completed the session. That's what a beauty of her. That is the intense love from her uh, heart itself to homeopathy.
Yes.
It's that kind of dedication I have never seen from anyone, because her aunt died just in the morning, and but soon after she came out here after the burial session, and now attended and conducted the Zoom in a great way. Congratulations once again, Dr. RIJI Rasheed, and thank you all.
Thank you, very thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to all my seniors. Thank you so much. And I am expecting support, and you everybody have to help me to improvise my knowledge. So thank you so much.
With that, we come to the end of the day 1408, and hope all of you will be back again tomorrow. Thank you all. Good night. And it's over to Dr. P. Shaila to moderate the Malayalam session.